So first, what you need is one of these. It's a connector so that you can put the wire in and get it to connect to a plug. So this one is ground, this one is neutral, and this one is hot. This is the black wire, this is the white wire, this will be the green wire. And another part is this is where it connects. First, you want to take these screws off so that these can come off. And once you're done, they'll just come right off. Now you get the cut end of the wire, which I have already cut. You get the end that you want to replace, and in this case I've already cut it off. And then you have to cut it, and it should come off quite easily if you have the right tools. This is the best thing to use. So now with your cut end, you take this part, and then you just feed it through. Now the tricky part is having to take the guard off, the insulation. You have to firmly, but not too hard so that you accidentally cut it again, cut and spin around it so that it comes off easily. Twist it a little bit, and then you can just slide it off with a little bit more force. Now for this part, as I mentioned earlier, there are 3 different colored wires. Green is ground, black is hot, white is neutral. This connects to the brass pin, this connects to the silver pin, and this connects to the green pin. Well, not pins, they're screws. My mistake. So, you want to give about 1/4 inch, and then you just feed it through like that, press down, and it'll come right off. And then to make sure it's stable, you have to twist the ends together so that it doesn't come apart. Repeat this process for the rest of the cords. Try to make these as tight as possible so that they don't come undone. Now you take the wall connector, and as I said earlier, the black goes to the brass screw. So there's these little things, these metal things that you can push in and pull out. You want to put it in like so. Okay, not like this or not like that, like this. Top or bottom, it doesn't matter as long as it's inside the little bracket thing. And then, depending on the manufacturer, this could be easy or hard. As you see, there's a cover. It's kind of getting blocked, so normally you can use a Phillips head, but in this case it'll be easier for flathead. Turn it partially and then slide it down. You don't have to do this for every kind, it's just this specific model because they have blocked. And then slide it back down so you have more to turn. And then make it as tight as possible so that it doesn't come out. And then test if it's loose. Right now I feel it's a little loose, so I'll tighten it just a little bit more. But don't make it too tight because if you mess up, it's gonna make it a little harder to undo it. And then the hardest part is having to move all these wires because they're kind of stiff. And then like I said before, make sure it's in the bracket and make sure it doesn't come apart as you're trying to put it in. Now that it's in, tighten it. And then that should be good. Now repeat this for the last one, the ground wire. Same process, make sure it's in the bracket. And there's this little kind of blocker, so you can only put it on one side. This might vary on models. It's important to put this on first because if you don't, there's nothing else that you can, because this is blocking it. And then you'd have to undo the whole thing. You have to attach these like so. When it comes to electricity, make sure everything is tight and never loose. And another thing to mention is never ever work with live circuits. Electricity is deadly. An average wall gives 15 amps, and 5 amps is enough to give you a heart attack. Never work with anything that is on.